Today's sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Saints, Will Lutz has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
On second down, it's Cook again. Fights through it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the gain there. It's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
second down and 8. Jameis to throw it. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Again, it's 17 yards. That's good for a
On first and goal, Washington. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a quarterback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Saints 0. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Winston. This one taken in by Olave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Kamara up the middle. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, Charles, they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but the defense held strong, and they hold on to this slim lead.
And how about as the defense ran off the field, how about the greeting they got from their teammates on the sideline? They kept that narrow lead by their nice play. Now, let's pay it off for them, right? Punch it in on this drive, take that lead back up to 2 possessions. That would be a nice little thank you gift to them.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Winston. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Well, he obviously read man coverage there, partner, and he got downfield, down the defender. He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 3rd down, Winston. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
First down, here's Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold him there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And there he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 72 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 out the gate.
88 out the gate.
Super Bowl we didn't talk about it usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The second timeout called for by the defense. Chinese are down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were on the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick six.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until it popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leading his offense out on the field.
Winston to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone, and it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out. Well, a 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Play action now. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a 4-yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
4th down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Running with Kamara. And he'll work down inside the 45. From the 44, Winston drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a pretty play to come out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the 1st down.
Touchdown, New Orleans!
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Lots of look to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. To kick it off.
Nuwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it,
you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. He juked it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 52 yards. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Devin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, 179 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Again, it's Kamara. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. Escapes the sack. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.